Yeah, I know what you're thinking, ladies and gentlemen. It just never seems to end, does it? Nope, every single day we wake up in this clown world we're living in, it just gets crazier and crazier. As you can all see, today's video is about women's darts once again, because it seems to be facing this issue with men identifying as women and then competing in the women's category, something we've never ever seen before in any other women's competition. Nope, it's not a regular occurrence. Nope. So tiresome. But with that, we have seen female darts players such as Deta Hedman refuse to compete against these players, forfeiting matches, dropping out of tournaments to stand up for truth, reality, common sense. And you have to applaud women like Deta Hedman for doing so. Now, some people will say, oh, it's only darts. Who cares? You know, it's not that important. I've seen those comments before, but to these women who have chosen it as a career, it is very important, and they don't deserve to come up against a man who thinks he's a woman. That shouldn't be happening. I don't care what competition it is. If it's labeled as a women's competition, it's a women's category, no men should be competing in there. Plain and simple. However, it certainly seems like now the World Darts Federation has been captured completely by this woke ideology, because if female players now decide to forfeit a match against a male because they know it's wrong to compete against a dude, they will now face disciplinary action. Yeah, so we've entered the time of forced compliance for these women. Absolutely insane.
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Now, before I get into it all and I discuss this story with you guys, if you could, as always, make sure to leave a like rating, as it really helps out the video. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video around, and ladies and gentlemen, let's just get into this madness, man. So the Daily Mail have reported female darts players threatened with disciplinary action over refusal to play transgender opponents after British star pulled out of 2 events in protest. Now, this is about Deta Hedman, who again forfeited 2 matches, and she's completely in the right to do so, because once again, she shouldn't be competing against men. But we live in this world where simplicity, normality, forgotten things. Female darts players have been warned they face disciplinary action if they withdraw from matches against transgender players. British female dart star Deta Hedman has twice withdrawn from competitions in recent months when drawn to face transgender opponents. The World Darts Federation has now issued a statement warning players they could be disciplined, claiming they are protecting the integrity of the game. Shut the front door. How can you sit there and say we're protecting the integrity of the game when you're allowing men to compete against women, when that completely goes against the integrity of the game? Sporting integrity. Left is right, up is down, and clearly common sense is hard to find. Ahead of an important period in the WDF calendar with regional cups, the World Masters and the World Championships, the WDF wishes to clarify its position on player withdrawals, a statement read. Once the first dart has been thrown in a tournament, any player that subsequently withdraws from playing a match may be considered to be bringing the game into disrepute and could face disciplinary action. Wow, how stunning, how brave. And there is the statement, as you guys can all see, as reported by the Daily Mail, the WDF statement, player withdrawals, because they don't want women standing up against this. They don't want anybody standing up against this because it's mean and hateful. Get a grip. This stance has been taken to suitably protect our member countries, their tournaments and tournament sponsors, as well as to preserve the integrity of the WDF ranking. Hedman, 64, a 3-time World Championship finalist, hit the headlines in May when she forfeited a match at the Denmark Open after refusing to take the Oki to face trans player Noah Lynn van Leuven. She defended her decision by telling German outlet Bild, "I'm not playing against a man in a women's event." Well done to her. And now if she does it again, she probably will be disciplined for doing so. Craziness. Hedman, a month ago I believe that's meant to say, withdrew from the Heart of Darts women's singles tournament run by the United Kingdom Darts Association. After winning her 2 opening matches of the tournament against Patricia Roberts and Barbara Legge, she was matched up to face Sam Lewis and then withdrew. Now, Sam Lewis is a transgender darts player. The World Darts Federation warning comes despite Hedman serving as the chair of the organization's Athletes Commission. Last week, Hedman shared a post encouraging fellow players to sign a petition to support ensuring the women's category is restricted to players who are born female. I mean, at the end of the day, is that such a big demand? Nah, maybe to these woke activists, these woke liberals, because the truth scares them, and anybody who disagrees with them, it sends them into this absolute meltdown. But for us with common sense, yeah, I mean, that should be happening anyway. Women and girls deserve fair competition in darts, and this means we need our own category restricted to those born female, a letter red. And there is Sam Lewis, the trans darts player once again. There is Noah Lynn van Leuven, another trans darts player. This is covered by fairness in the 2010 Equality Act. If you agree to this, you could sign the petition and supply your email address. The email address is purely to send you a short online survey on this subject and will not be used for any other purpose. We believe a women's section in darts is hugely important for the growth of darts. The Athletes Commission are fully supportive of transgender and non-binary players' inclusion in darts in open or other categories. Hedman has been a vocal critic of rules allowing transgender women to compete in women's tournaments after pulling out of her match against Van Leuven. In a lengthy statement posted on Facebook, Hedman previously explained her stance on trans players, writing, "I have no issue with trans, but they should play in an open section in my opinion." It doesn't even matter if you don't have an issue with trans players, etc., because as soon as you take this stance, that is it. You are public enemy number one to these people. They simply cannot believe you would take this position. They simply cannot believe you want fairness in women's sports, in women's darts. It's alien to them. All they care about is their own agendas, and if you oppose that, well, they want to cast you out. All I want is to compete in darts on a fair and level playing field. As been stated by many studies around the world, you can have inclusivity in women's sports, or you can have fairness in women's sports. You cannot have both. And she's completely correct there, and I love that point. You can't have inclusivity and fairness in women's sports at the same time, because inclusivity means today, oh, men can compete against women because of their feelings and inclusion. Nah, we care more about fairness. We don't care about people's feelings. We care more about the facts. That's how it should be. Why don't the WDF and DRA as a compromise drop the testosterone limit to the above high end of women and set it to 3 nanomoles? They would still have the skeletal advantages of going through puberty as a male, but at least their levels would be at the similar level to some of the women. March saw Dutch competitors Anke Zylstra and Eileen de Graaf. I am terribly sorry for my pronunciations there. I definitely got those names wrong. You know how it goes around this channel. My pronunciations are terrible. But they quit their national team in protest after Van Leuven, which is the trans player, claimed his first PDC Tour win in Wigan, but Hedman was keen to underscore that she believed in this issue for some time, adding that claims her campaign was tied to Van Leuven's success were BS. Yeah, so people were coming out and saying, most likely these woke activists, that, you know, Deta Hedman was upset about this because of Van Leuven's success, which is, again, complete BS. You know, they come up with these excuses because they don't want to accept the reality of it. They don't want to accept other people's opinions, and there must always be something else. Oh, they're just jealous of this person. You know, it's the same with Riley Gaines and Leah Thomas. People were saying, oh, Riley Gaines is just jealous of Leah Thomas, etc. Nah. These people are absolutely insane. Hedman has frequently underlined that she does not support personal attacks against Van Leuven or any other trans athletes. Well, again, it doesn't matter if you take that stance or not, because they'll view you standing up against this as an attack on trans people. Because as I mentioned earlier, you can't disagree with them. You know, you can't stand against it. It's their way or the highway. But this is the point female darts has now reached. This is what woke insanity, woke agendas will do to things. Female players now being threatened with disciplinary action if they refuse to play transgender opponents. It's absolutely ridiculous, and every single person within the World Darts Federation who came up with this should be ashamed. You know, they've come up with a solution now to stop women refusing to compete, but they won't solve the issue of men competing against women. That just tells you all you need to know. They'd rather do that than solve the big issue. But leave your thoughts down below, ladies and gentlemen. What are your thoughts on everything you heard today? I'd like to know. Once again, if you have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video, follow my socials down below in the description. But until next time, it has been your boy JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.